The moment time itself froze, the battlefield revealed a truth far more dangerous than any weapon. Strength alone held little meaning in that colorless world. Willpower, conviction, and the ability to grasp an impossible reality became the forces that decided survival. Yet beneath the clash of titans and the chaos of a stopped timeline, another mystery quietly unfolded. One that would transform the entire battle in ways nobody expected. As the frozen world settled around them, Luminous found herself trapped between fear and disbelief. Consciousness remained intact, yet her body answered none of her commands. Daggrull stood as the architect of this impossible realm, while Veldora moved freely through it, as though the laws governing reality existed merely for his amusement. The sight immediately changed the atmosphere. Moments earlier, death stood directly before her. Now, the arrival of Veldora brought a strange sense of relief. His presence carried the same reckless confidence that always surrounded him. While everyone struggled to understand the situation, Veldora laughed as though he had entered a festival instead of a battlefield. His carefree attitude lightened the overwhelming pressure hanging over the frozen world. Even surrounded by danger, he remained completely himself. At the same time, Ultima demonstrated exactly why she remained among the most terrifying beings on the battlefield. Rather than dwelling on confusion, she focused entirely on understanding the mechanics of stopped time. Through her explanation, the chapter revealed one of its most important concepts, the existence of data particles. Neither light nor sound functioned within this realm. Traditional senses held little value. Only the manipulation of data particles allowed perception and movement. These particles existed at the deepest level of reality itself, serving as the foundation upon which everything else operated. Luminous immediately grasped the significance of this discovery. Rather than surrendering to the impossible environment, she concentrated on understanding it. Her determination allowed her to begin interacting with these particles, slowly regaining control over her body. The scene highlighted a key theme running throughout the chapter. Adaptation triumphs over panic. Those capable of learning survive. Those capable of evolving gain power. Meanwhile, Veldora and Daggrull engaged in one of the strangest conversations imaginable during a life-or-death conflict. Rather than focusing solely on battle, Veldora became obsessed with the idea of making a dramatic entrance after time restarted. His reasoning perfectly captured his personality. "I need Luminous to be moved by my actions, you see?" The statement revealed both his absurdity and sincerity. Veldora genuinely wanted recognition. He wanted admiration. Even within a stopped universe, his greatest concern revolved around appearing heroic. Daggrull listened with the patience of a father enduring a child's impossible request. Yet beneath the humor, an important strategic reality emerged. Time stop no longer provided him with a decisive advantage. Ultima was adapting. Luminous was adapting. Eventually, everyone would adapt. The battlefield itself was changing. This realization pushed Daggrull toward a difficult decision. Maintaining control required constant awareness, while his enemies steadily learned how the frozen world functioned. Every passing moment strengthened them. While attention focused on these developments, another transformation quietly unfolded nearby. Shion lay wounded. Her injuries should have remained motionless in a world where blood itself could not flow, yet blood continued to escape her body. That single detail shattered every expectation surrounding stopped time. Slowly, she stood. The image carried tremendous weight. Shion appeared almost ghost-like, rising through pure determination despite wounds that should have ended the battle. Daggrull immediately recognized the significance of what he witnessed. Something extraordinary had occurred. Unlike everyone else, Shion approached the frozen world through instinct rather than analysis. She possessed no interest in theories, rules, or technical explanations. Her focus remained entirely fixed on a single objective: Daggrull. When she spoke, her words carried absolute certainty. "Sir Veldora, that man, he is my prey." That declaration marked the emotional turning point of the chapter. Everything from this moment forward revolved around Shion's unwavering resolve. Her injuries, limitations, and circumstances became irrelevant. Only her mission remained. The chapter then explored the heart of her character through a deeply personal examination of her thoughts. Rage surged within her. Frustration burned through her. She remembered her fallen comrades. She remembered her helplessness. She remembered every moment where Daggrull's overwhelming strength crushed her efforts. Yet that anger served a different purpose now. Instead of controlling her, it fueled her. This growth represented one of Shion's most significant developments. Earlier versions of her character relied heavily on emotion. Here, she transformed that emotion into focus. Every ounce of rage became energy directed toward improvement. Her greatest source of strength emerged from her absolute trust in Rimuru. There is no way Sir Rimuru would have us all die meaningless deaths without doing anything himself. That belief formed the foundation of her resolve. Shion viewed Rimuru's orders as more than instructions. They represented purpose itself. Every action she took flowed directly from that conviction. The chapter carefully demonstrated how this mindset elevated her beyond ordinary limits. She stopped judging opponents through concepts such as good and evil. She discarded distractions. She concentrated exclusively on understanding Daggrull's essence. Could he be overcome? That question became the only one worth asking. This perspective allowed her to perceive something remarkable. Beneath Daggrull's calm exterior existed a raging soul filled with immense power and violence. Shion recognized that force instantly. Part of her admired it. Part of her sought to understand it. Part of her wanted to engrave that strength into her own being. The battle transformed from a contest of victory into a pursuit of understanding. Even Luminous found herself moved by Shion's determination. She witnessed someone facing certain defeat while continuing forward without hesitation. Shion understood the odds. She understood the danger. Yet her resolve remained absolute. The truly strong were those who never wavered. That idea became the chapter's emotional core. When time stopped, Shion refused to accept it. When reality denied her movement, she demanded movement. When logic established boundaries, she stepped beyond them. Through the power of Master Chef, she reconstructed herself according to her own will. Optimization followed optimization. Body and spirit aligned toward a singular goal. Results. Only results mattered. This relentless pursuit eventually allowed her to accomplish the impossible. She adapted to stop time through sheer determination, reshaping herself until reality itself accommodated her demands. The reward arrived during her renewed confrontation with Daggrull. Within the frozen world, traditional physics lost meaning. Every movement required direct control over one's existence. Every action demanded perfect intent. Under these conditions, Daggrull's overwhelming advantages diminished. For the first time, Shion stood on equal footing. Their clash erupted with extraordinary intensity. Sword met fist. Force met force. Each exchange sharpened both combatants. Daggrull adapted. Shion adapted faster. What made these moments compelling was the contrast between them. Daggrull represented overwhelming natural power, an existence approaching the level of a true dragon. Shion represented relentless growth fueled by purpose and conviction. One embodied absolute strength. The other embodied limitless determination. As the battle escalated, even Daggrull recognized her progress. Every strike carried greater precision. Every movement displayed deeper understanding. Every exchange pushed her further beyond her previous limits. By the conclusion, fortune itself seemed to shift. Daggrull still possessed terrifying power. His presence remained overwhelming. Yet the battlefield no longer belonged solely to him. Shion had entered the frozen world as a wounded warrior struggling to survive. She emerged as someone capable of challenging the impossible itself. And in that silent realm where time stood still, a new truth revealed itself. The greatest power did not come from controlling the world. It came from possessing a will so strong that the world eventually chose to move with you. As Shion's blade continued carving through the frozen battlefield, the future remained hidden behind an uncertain horizon. And somewhere beyond that horizon, an even greater revelation waited for its moment to awaken.